Close your eyes. Imagine your greatest enemy, the one whose name tightens your chest. Now imagine their power over you vanishing like smoke. This is not a dream. This is Stoic warfare, and it begins in silence. Stoic victory requires no sword. In the year 62 AD, Seneca the Younger received word that Nero, the emperor he once tutored, had ordered his death. His enemies rejoiced. They expected screams, bargaining. Instead, Seneca dismissed his guards, sat with his wife, and began editing his final manuscript. When the executioners arrived, they found him correcting grammar. That is Stoic annihilation. Modern enemies are no different. The coworker is stealing credit, the ex is poisoning your name, the rival is obsessed with your downfall, they crave your rage, your fear, your participation. But Stoics wage war differently. Over this hour, you'll master the 3-day shadow strategy, how to make enemies haunt themselves. Epictetus's anti-reply framework, when silence speaks louder than 1,000 insults. The Aurelian funeral ritual, burying hatred in 4 nightly sentences. The Stoic power paradox, why your indifference terrifies them. Let's begin where all true power starts, the mind. Act 1, the Stoic battleground, rewiring your warfare. Chapter 1, the slave who owned his master. Epictetus, born a slave, was tortured for sport. One day, his master twisted his leg until the bone snapped. Through gritted teeth, Epictetus whispered, "If you break it, I'll stop fearing you." The master kept twisting, the leg broke, and in that moment, Epictetus laughed. He had discovered the core Stoic truth. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Your enemies want you to suffer, to obsess over their words, to kneel to their games. But what if you let them break the leg? What if their worst attack becomes your liberation? Tonight, write this in your journal. My enemy's greatest weapon is the pain I choose to feel. Then burn the page. Chapter 2, Marcus Aurelius' Midnight Journal. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome during plague, war, and betrayal. His secret? A midnight ritual. He'd write 2 questions. What did my enemy do today to control me? What did I do today to free myself? Simple. Yet this daily audit exposed his enemies as pawns in his own mind. Your assignment. For the next 7 nights, ask these questions before bed. You'll discover something terrifying. Your enemy spends more time thinking about you than you do about them. That's when you seize the throne. In 60 seconds, the forbidden Stoic tactic special forces use to erase hatred. Act 2, Historical Tactics, the Silent Arsenal. Chapter 3, Cato's Spitting Gambit. Rome, 70 BC. Cato the Younger, the Stoic senator, is debating the corrupt Quintus Lutatius. Lutatius spits in Cato's face. The crowd freezes. Cato pauses, then wipes his cheek with his toga and says, "I'll testify that Quintus has no arguments left." The crowd erupts. Lutatius flees. Cato won without a single insult. Modern translation. When your enemy attacks publicly, pause for 7 seconds, count them, then deploy the Stoic acknowledgement. You must feel very strongly to say that. I'd expect nothing less. Silence. The nuclear option. Their rage needs your reaction. Starve it. Chapter 4, the Death Meditation. Stoics practiced memento mori, remembering death. But there's a darker layer, memento inimici mori, remember their death. Here's how. Write your enemy's name on parchment. Light a candle. Say, "You are already dead." Burn the paper while visualizing their skeleton. This isn't malice, it's freedom, because a corpse can't hurt you. Advanced variant Special Forces operatives use this before missions. They bury their enemies mentally so they can't be distracted in battle. Try it tonight. Next, the 4-word phrase that collapses their ego. Act 3, the modern campaign, your silent strike, your final mission, Operation Silent Storm, a 30-day plan to drain your enemy's power. Days 1 to 10, observer mode, document their moves without emotion. Days 11 to 20, the void. 0 reactions, total silence. Days 21-30, the lever. Redirect their energy into your growth. By day 30, you'll realize they're not your enemy. They're your unwitting coach. The Stoics' oath. Now, you have a choice. You can close this video and return to their game, to their whispers, to their hunger for your pain, or you can take this Stoic oath tonight with one decisive act. Smash the like button now, not for me, for you to tell the algorithm and yourself that you're done with weak men's wars. Comment Stoic Fire below. A public vow that from this moment you control the battlefield. Open your journal immediately and write these words. I am no man's enemy, and no man is mine. Then light a match, burn the page, and watch as their power over you turns to ash. This is not motivation. This is warfare, and the world will remember which side you chose. They expect your rage. You will give them silence. Subscribe. We train at dawn.